Keep going, guys. Keep going. Amy, get your underhook. You're number one. It goes in front. Just on their belly button. Yep. Yep. And now twist his body. And there we go. Yes. Now, I want you to pull more with the elbow. So when you're here, you get this move to the belly button. Patient with this one, we're not going to get Number two, look in. So if you're number two, which you're number two, the number twos now are going to get their underhook. So boom, number twos have an underhook. Who's number two? So Easton, yep, Jackson, this young man, and you, okay? And you're a number one. Okay, that's fine. So guys, hey, as the number twos, you're going to get your underhook, okay? What I'm trying to do as the partner who is receiving this technique, I'm simply just going to push into them a little bit, okay? I'm giving them some pressure here, because if I was pulling away from him, he wouldn't be able to do this technique on me. It'd be the wrong time. So I want to make sure that I'm putting some pressure on my partner. I'm looking to just take my chest and put it right on his shoulder. Now, number twos, look in. You're going to take your far arm now, your left arm. In this case, you're going to grab onto their elbow. Yes. Now, what I want you to do is take that elbow and pull it to you and step back. Yes. Your partner should step with their right foot in this case. So here, he's going to take a big step and he's going to pull with the arm. And I take a step. Take a bigger step back. Your right leg. Hold on. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Fox, what are you doing? All right. Take a step. There you go. Keep hold. Next, pull next to the elbow side. You're going to use your underhook. Bring his body this way. Pull. That's not it. Now go. So step. So guys, keep going, keep working. What I want you all to do is you're going to take the elbow side. Look, you're a number two at this moment. You're going to take their elbow, and all you're going to do is simply step back with your left foot, pull with your left arm. Here, I'm just getting him to step with his right foot. Yes. I don't have to turn my hips in any funny way. I'm just taking a step, pulling him. Pull with the elbow side. Pull with the elbow side. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Good, guys. So look in now. So as the number two, you have your underhook. You have the control of the elbow. and your partner's pushing into you. Now, when Mason goes to pull me, so do how we just did, I step, right? Now, the reason why this throw works is because when Mason puts his hip onto my belly button, it stops me from moving in that direction. So if Mason goes to put his hip onto my belly button here, I can't step any further. So as he continues to turn, yes, I simply just fall to the ground. And again, number 2 is underhook, elbow tie, and I'm going to push into him a little bit here. Now Mason is going to take a step and put his hip onto my belly button. Go ahead, Mason. Yes. He's going to turn at the same time. Better. So Jackson, what I want you to do is you're gonna instead of trying to just pull out your head, all I want you to do is take your right foot and see that, and then you're gonna I'll do what I like to do. Yeah, there we go. That's better. You can sit down right here, and once I get here. I know. Do it slow. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Look in, watch Mason, please. So, exactly. So, right here. So Mason right now isn't lifting me at all. His hip, you can see, is right in line with my belly button. But then all he's going to do is go slow and you twist. Notice how my left leg is off the ground here. Right? All my weight is on my right. So as Mason pulls and finishes the throw, I can't step anymore. He simply just twists me over that hip, follow your partner to the ground. Go ahead, guys, keep repping. Make sure that you keep your hip in front of their belly button. Right now, so the reason why your arm's hurt is because you're trying to pull with that arm. You have this under. If I try and step in front of him and pull him with my arm, that's an effort. I want to get my hip right on the belly button. So I'm pulling more my left arm here. As I pull, also going to push, right? Yeah, just going to push my right arm. As I pull here, I pull, my hip comes in. All I'm going to do is I'm going to turn his body down. Okay. All right, guys, time. So let's look at something else real quick. So a lot of times when we look to initiate this throw here, I have control of my partner's arm here with this underhook. And when I go to pull here, I get my hip to the inside, like so, and I go to twist. Sometimes what happens is our partner's upper body is going to essentially just fall over and become loose. And we won't be able to twist them over at all. if Mason, if your essentially your shoulders and hips connected, it's much easier for me to turn you. It's much easier for me to turn you if your hips and shoulders stay connected. So right now you're very loose. This is what we'll look at. Keep everything kind of rigid. Here, it's very easy for me to turn them over. But let's say Mason does keep everything essentially in a kind of loose fashion. His hips and shoulders aren't really rigid. They're essentially they're free moving. So as we go grab a hold of him, and I take my my leg across here, there's really no twist at all. There's really no way that I can pull him over, leaving his hips behind, and he's just dragging his shoulders. What we're going to do is essentially we're going to step across him. So when I go to turn here, there's really nothing that I can do to pull him over. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right leg now, and I'm going to step across, drive him through that way. The reason why is you can't really manipulate your bones at all, you can your muscles, but if your hips and shoulders are disconnected from each other, then I can start to attack the leg now. Because there's no way that he can essentially buckle his leg at all. It's a bone here. So when we're in this position, I go for this floating hip throw, and I can feel the Mason is very relaxed here. I can't twist him at all. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my right leg as I push off of my left here, and I'm going to hook it onto his right onto his thigh, right above his knee here. I'm not trying to kick his knee at all. Don't want to hurt him. All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reach around and put my heel right here, right on his hamstring. So we're here. Mason is very loose. I can't pull him over. So I'm going to hook his leg, and I'm simply just going to put my foot down and walk him over. So we're here. I go to put my hip to his belly button. He's loose. I can't throw him over this hip at all. So I change my direction. I'm going to hook his leg here, looking to put my heel on his hamstring, and I'm going to take him right over his shoulder. Okay. Now, don't try and throw your partner over that leg. That's a different throw. We're just trying to take them back this way. So I put my hip in front. It's very loose. I can't pull him over. I'm going to change directions. I'm going to follow where his weight is, which is in his hips right now. I hook. I'm simply just going to go that way, right over the shoulder. Let's do ones and twos again. So ones, same position, please. Make them stand up. Ones, I want you to do in the same position. Underhook. Again, guys. Again. Underhook. Far elbow tie. And I give my hip to their belly buttons. Right. Now, as the number two person, don't really just like go limp, but I want you to take your shoulders and bring them over your hips. Okay? Yes, good. That's it. So step across, Eamon. Good. Now bring your hips essentially over your shoulders. Yeah. And now what I want you guys to practice is taking your right foot, and I want you to put it across their body. Right. Hooking onto their leg. We're here. Hip goes. Hip goes. Look in, guys. We're not throwing yet. Hips go in. Everything, he's very loose. I'm going to take my right foot, and I'm going to hook it right onto his leg. Yes. Good, guys. Now, to finish the throw, as I hook, all I'm going to do is I'm going to look to just step down with my right foot here. I'm just going to follow him to the ground. I'm not trying to really twist him at all. Just looking to put my leg across here and follow the direction that my foot is going. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. See. I'm not trying to twist it or anything. Hook on his leg. Twist. That was great. Now, what I want to do is I want to try to place that leg heel as you grab them up. I'm not stepping across, keeping on the throne, hooking his leg. Yes, yes. Good, guys. Number twos. So they're gonna get their underhook. They're gonna get their elbow tie. Get their elbow tie. Partners. Mason now, as the number two person, is gonna stick his hip right onto my belly button here. Now, as the number one person, I want you to just kind of lean your body over. So now as Mason tries to twist me, there's really nothing here. The weight might go onto my right foot, but all I'm doing is I'm disconnecting my shoulders and hips. So now what Mason is going to do, he's going to step across with his right leg. Boom. Turn your shoulders for me, Mason. Yes. Poke my hamstring. Yes. Now drive me over. Grabs, my hips and shoulders are disconnected. It's going to take a step. Yes, drive me over that way. All right, guys. Nice, good. You want me to come on?
It's just hanging here.
You put your hip up like this, push your hips back. Now. Yes. Good, keep going. Yeah, this is good. He's better. Good, guys. Nice. So let's look in. So definitely coming in at a weird time. I don't know exactly what you guys are working on, but let's look at a position known as the guard position. Some of you might be familiar with that. The guard position is when I'm on the ground, and if my back is on the ground here, I want to have my legs and hips in between Mason's body here. That way, if Mason goes to hit me at all, I have some way to pull him into me, control his body, and keep myself safe. If Mason was on top of me where his hips are on top of me, there's really not a whole lot I can do here. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for me to try and protect myself from here. So I need to make sure that I can keep myself safe. And one of the ways is to have a guard position. So whenever we're on the bottom, I want my legs in between his body and my body. That's why it's called the guard position. I'm guarding myself, guarding my center from him. Now, let's look at some very basic controls here. So if we're in a fight, okay, and this is let's say a striking situation. Mason right now has a lot of space and he can rear back and he can hit me whenever he wants, right? So what I need to do as the bottom person is control the distance between us. I need to pull him in close to me, and I want his chest on my chest and my head close to his. Now, from here, it's going to be nearly impossible for Mason to try and hit me in the head from here and knock me out. He may be able to hit me in the ribs. He may be able to maybe hit me with some small shots, but it's not like he's back here and he's able to hit me. Maybe my head is bouncing off the concrete or hitting something. I don't want that. So from here, what I want you guys to do is practice pulling your partner in with your legs. I'm going to pinch my knees together, bring my heels toward my butt. I'm simply just going to pull my knees to my chest. My hands are going to come up, and I'm going to grab a hold of his head and grab a hold of his arm with my elbow. If I try and grab here, if Mason is bigger and stronger than me, he can rip his arm out, swim it back through. Instead, I want to take my arm and I'm going to lock it down with my elbow here. For added protection, if you would like, you can take your hand and put it all the way across. That's going to be really, really hard for him to get it out. It's also going to be hard for me to get my arm out if I need it. So again, Mason's going to sit up on his butt, whatever. I'm going to take my heels, I'm going to pinch them toward my butt, and I'm going to take my knees, and I'm going to bring them toward my chest as my hands go up, and I'm going to give him a big hug. Taking my arm, wrapping it deeply around his neck here, and taking my elbow and pinching it close to his body. I'm holding on super tight. I don't need to. I'm relaxing my body as much as I can, using the least amount of energy to be effective. Okay, so I'm simply just creating structure here, putting my arms on his neck, pinching my elbow tight here. Mason shouldn't be able to posture for free and get his head and create this distance from me. He can sit up, that's fine, but there's other ways that we can look to attack him. I just don't want this distance to be created for free. So again, heels pinched, knees to my chest, grabbing a hold of my partner here. Okay, if the top guy wants to struggle a little bit, that's fine. We'll simply just hold and control here. Anyone have any questions? Let's grab your partner. Let's go. 2, 3.
I think they all have. Boom. And then I guess we'll again. Do we every other one?
Just, do one or do 2 or 3 reps, and then switch top to bottom. Or we can do something like,
And then.
you can set it on that box.
Here's something.
How about we give it
Okay.
Jackson? You have more hooks. Yeah. Add an arm. The one on the head, one on the head, one on the arm. Over, so just hold the other collar.
Oh, you know, but, maybe a full time, thing, everything, after you get school, you're not, you're not, no, you're not.
We got time, look in. So now, if Mason, we're in this position, we'll call it the full guard, have control, let's turn our head this way so far. So I have head and arm control, this is called the full guard, okay? Full guard, so, now, from here, when, if Mason realizes, okay, I don't have enough space to hit this person, what he can do a lot of times, he's gonna take the free arm, in this case would be this side, he's gonna go to push on my chest, so that he can create space, yep, go ahead, keep pushing. In order to create this space, and now he can look to try and hit me from here. Exactly. So, when I'm here, Mason takes his free arm, and he looks to put it on my chest here. Now, I'm not gonna let him push on me for free, essentially. Go ahead and push, Mason. I'm gonna pull him, and I'm gonna look to switch my head control here. When I switch my head control, I now can take my opposite arm, I swim it through, and I look to essentially switch sides. Now I have control of this hand on the opposite side. Same thing, but now his free arm is on the opposite side, it's alternated. We do the same thing, he pushes on my chest, I switch head control, and I'm gonna look to take my elbow through the middle, so go ahead, do that again. I'm gonna look to switch up pick that on. With your free arm. Yes. As he's pushing with his free arm, I switch head control. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to take my hand, and instead of going underneath, I'm gonna look to take my elbow through the position, like I'm combing the back of my head. As I do that now, I wrap onto his arm here. He goes to the other side. As he pushes, I switch head control. I look to bring my elbow up and through the position like I'm pulling my hair, pointing down, okay? I'm looking to keep this space between us closed the entire time. Okay, if he gets a little bit of room between us, that's fine. But as long as it's, I just want his hands occupied with something else besides hitting me in the face, okay? Anybody have any questions with this? One more time. We're here, Mason's gonna take his free arm, he's gonna look to push on my chest, I switch head control, and I take my elbow, and I bring it through the middle here. You switch his sides, switch head control, bring my elbow through the middle, okay? Yes, fine.
What happened, why you're changing sides? Humanity, they use the opening to get you an arm bar.
And get me in an arm bar, like,
Yeah.
the full arm bar me from the top,
Yes.
it's gonna be very difficult because you can have to skip something like the arm. Right, my legs are wrapped around. And the first time I did it, my arm, so if I leave that out. Any other questions? Yes, David. Y'all use it, have y'all been doing it 5:45? Okay. Well, let's drill this, and then we'll wrap it up. I'll talk to Christian more about the times.
So what about, we gave this Mason a shirt tag,
It's too late for that, guys, it's too late.
how about Thursday?
Maybe, yeah, we'll make that happen. All right, guys, any more questions? All right, let's go, 1, 2, 3. Are you third? Okay. We haven't been working too hard. You know, what's the water? Yeah. Make sure you're drinking water throughout the day.
Singing, and then I'm switching the thingy on Jiggy. I did, and I got to, miss, that's a miss. Stop it. Okay. That was wrong. Mason, is this an exercise? This is like an exercise of any kind. Is it like a neck exercise? Okay. No. Okay, and now, fine, that's not.
There we go.
He cannot generate enough power.
I know.
That's fine.
Keep your free.
What, is this a home button on? I'm not too damn. Animation is wallowing away. I think this is the thing, isn't it? This is the thing, ain't it? I don't know. You know what?
Right now, you switch it on your chest.
What does it do?
On your chest, you go switch head controls. When you're Yes, now, switch head control, as you go into it, you have to switch head
Because all the kind of, even if.
I'm not eating. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I do, but like.
What are you doing? Yeah, did you just say? Wait, yeah, I know.
Hold on to his head.
My.
All right, guys, time, let's line up. Guys, thank you for coming in today. Some new faces for me. I got, Jackson, Payson, and Easton. I hope to see you guys Thursday. I'll be here for about 16 weeks, helping Christian and running classes. So, any questions before we bow out? All right, guys, thank you. About me, about you. Thank you. You wanna go?
Something dirty.
You wanna go?
I'm gonna moonwalk away.
You wanna go, Tom?
I'm gonna slowly moonwalk.
Alright.
What do we do, Tom?
We'll Friday, or not Friday, Thursday. Christian's here.
You didn't have the whip.
Hello. Right in the face. I'm Mac. I don't.
Yeah, Johnson. I
Jasmine,
can't wait to
yeah.
get one.
Yeah, okay. Cool, awesome. Awesome. Yes, there is. Fundamental thought. Yeah, cool. Awesome. I don't know how many other people. I haven't talked to us in a while. I think Christian.
She's been gone
has been
for like years,
She's been gone for years.
Gone for months.
years. It's felt like years.
I'm excited. I had so much fun last time.
Yep.
So where do you go for the summer? You go somewhere.
I go back to Louisville.
Louisville. That's where you're from?
Yep.
I made a friend at school.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Of course, Archer's here now. Archer's here.
Is he doing this class or like one?
Taekwondo. See, look at how small
It
it is, but. Like, come on. Like, come on, man.
I forgot the girls that I met. I forgot their names. Walsh and something. Lena and Congo. Ready for it.
No.
Okay.
Good to meet you.
Warm-up that you guys do or recommend or like,
For jujitsu? That's a good question. It really stretches out the hips and the back is probably gonna be the best. Honestly, the band stretch, couch stretches. Couch stretch is where I have stop myself. And put on a bench or something. Bring this down and then your hips forward and stretch it out now. The quad.
if you don't have it, like, hold your leg.
Yeah, you can watch.
I thought the accent would give it away.
Great, bro.
California.
No, really?
Yeah, I know.
Bird. Cool.
Very sweet.
Are you here on a scholarship? Or just?
I did get a little bit of a scholarship for this time of year today and
Yeah.
stuff, but, I was living with Chris' parents, my aunt and uncle. And now I'm living in town. Yeah, it was so much fun here, and I haven't really found like, I don't know, like a theme here. It's just been so different from California, and the people are so different, and
Yep.
the time we came in here, it was like so fun, and the girls were super nice, so I was like,
Yep.
I told Chip, I was like, I'm gonna sign up for a membership, and, you know, if I really enjoy it, that's what'll keep me around, but I told him, I was like, learning is not, I don't know,
It's super small.
so small. I mean, I come from like a really small town in California, but it's small, like it's even smaller, but. I don't mind the school, I don't mind my teachers, and I like having the free wellness center
Yeah.
where I go to, when I go there, stuff like that.
Uh, all kind of available, but
Yeah, I've been to Louisville once.
Yep.
I didn't really see it, I went to a restaurant.
more interesting.
Jason Burger,
Take the bird and play downtown. I've been through.
but it was, yeah, but it was really good, like, really.
But it's a lot of different. After that's what else around there. Not super party.
I'm from Maple. My girlfriend lives in Brooklyn right now, though. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. I think we've been to like, yeah, like you about.
You guys go to school, or you guys are done with school?
I go to school.
Like, at night?
Yeah.
They were all like, students.
What year are you?
Well, I'm a dancer, so I do kind of like a student, I'm a student, but only my second semester.
You're in like sophomore.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be there.
Very small class.
So, let's get started. Do a little bit of a warm up and get into the. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Like, smart. Certainly. Trying to focus, this line here, to, forward rolls. Take your right hand, looks at touch your left foot. Your left foot should be forward at this point. As you bend down to touch, I'm gonna take my, my shoulder and I'm gonna tuck it for my hip. Roll over my shoulder, and I should land on this opposite hip. I'm going across from my right shoulder, my left hip. As I come up, here, I should just have my, my right toes on the ground. Just be able to come up. So right hand to left foot, tucking my, my shoulder to my hip.
I'm like, I could like see this, okay,
If it's too scary, just start on your knees. Start on your knees. I'm just gonna take my hand and I'm gonna put it back on now. So, uh, start from like simply a squatting position. And sit to my butt, and I'm gonna watch my feet go over my head, and then turn my head and neck out of the way. My head and neck should not even touch the ground. So when I'm here, I sit to my butt, my head and neck get out of the way, and I'm gonna watch my feet come over my head. Yes, that's it. Yeah. Get out of the way. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Get out of the way. Watch your feet going over. Watch your feet going over. Nice. Okay. So hip escapes. I'm gonna put one foot on the ground, my left foot, and I'm gonna use that, push my hip up. My shoulders are gonna stay connected to my hip here, like so. I don't wanna leave my shoulders flat. Bring my hips up, my shoulders and my hips stay connected, and I'm gonna push up my left foot, move my hips back, and keep my shoulders in place. You're sliding your shoulders. I want you to keep your shoulder in the same spot. Yeah, same spot. I'm just gonna move my hips back. Let's switch to the opposite side. Chop that foot, move my hips back. Square myself back up. Touch my toes. Move it as I move my hips back. Good top. I like to think about taking the top side shoulder, turning it down toward the floor. It's going to allow me to put more pressure on this shoulder on the mat. It's going to make my hips a little lighter. Like I said, you can try and keep the foot you're pushing on, keep it on the floor. Sometimes I find it easier to put the ball of my foot on the mat. Push the put the ball of my foot, keeping my leg instead of my kick. That's not. Up the shoulder and pointing it toward the ground. About taking the leg that's flat, bringing that knee on the ground, and then coming up with it. As when you shrimp, you go to switch sides, take this leg and just drag it up, and your toes should find the mat. And then I just recenter myself. Push up here. Slide my yes. Happy level well. It's, arm away from your hips. Side to side. Back. Your butt. Knees to your chest, to your totter rock. I'm essentially contracting my abs, rounding my spine, and I'm rolling like a ball. Here. Put yourself in a circle if you can. Moving essentially from hip, shoulder to shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder to shoulder. Creating a little ball. Put your hips in the air, feet on the ground, toes on the ground, move your hips into the air. Shoulder, taking my hand and looking to go diagonal, touch the opposite side of the mat. Bridging my hips up, touching the opposite side. Weight on the push. Move your head. And neck out of the way like a backwards roll. Come up to, turning that cobra. Cobra. One side. Good. Good. Forward. Your arms, your heels, lift up your shoulders. So, let's go over today. Concept of our skin. So whenever we are on our back, flat on my back here, and whether this is a sporting setting or even a striking setting,